Welcome to TruPowur, home of the most powerful marketing tools, training, and technology on planet Earth. Get ready to earn, enjoy, and experience more than you ever dreamed was possible. If you're tired of just getting by and ready to really thrive, then buckle in and listen up. Here's your host, Matt Fox.
Hello and welcome to TruPowur Academy. Today we have a special announcement that's going to be a real game changer. You know, we live in an age of platforms. Take a look at Uber, for example. They didn't become the largest taxi type service because they went out and purchased millions of vehicles and hired millions of drivers. No. They created an app that gave the power to the people, much like TruPowur, which created a platform that allows the business-minded entrepreneur a complete platform, a business in a box, to create residual income for a lifetime, all while attending to the people who really matter the most, our customers, providing customers a competitive market that is transparent and was designed from the beginning to give customers a leading edge over the mainstream market. TruPowur is the only cloud-based platform that allows you to work from virtually anywhere in the world. TruPowur offers the largest upfront and residual commissions in the industry. As a TruPowur broker, you have full control over setting the margins. When you make more, TruPowur makes more. In the traditional energy market, the average advisor earns 20% with the company earning 80%. With other customers added benefits to create additional streams of income, you can't fail. Did you know that the average McDonald's franchise owner only makes $150,000 per year after making an investment of $2 million or more? With TruPowur, your income can be 10 times that for less than what it costs to eat lunch at McDonald's. Since the beginning in 2007, TruPowur has pushed the envelope in technology and services for our customers, our brokers. TruPowur provides a SaaS platform that is the only kind in existence in the world today. For years, we have been watching another company that has evolved into taking the same path as TruPowur and has developed a SaaS platform for the residential solar industry. Today, we are excited to announce and introduce to you Powur. In a moment, I want you to hear from Jonathan Budd, Powur's founder. It's an amazing story, and we are proud to be aligned together where we can help more customers with their energy needs while still giving the advisor the control over each and every deal. So without any further ado, let me introduce to you my friend and Powur's founder, Jonathan Budd.
Hi, this is Jonathan Budd. I'm the founder and CEO of Powur, and I want to welcome you to this introduction series that we're creating all about solar energy. Now, I promise you this series is going to answer the biggest questions that you have about solar. And you might be asking, well, why should I listen to you guys? Well, Powur was just ranked in 2019 one of the top 1,000 fastest growing companies in America. So we're really good at solar. In fact, we're one of the top 20 US residential solar providers. We've successfully installed thousands and thousands and thousands of solar energy systems all across the country. And we work with all the biggest manufacturers, providers, installers, you name it, across the industry. So we're very tuned in to the latest, the greatest, what's happening, the changes. So I promise you we know what we're talking about and we can be a very valuable resource for you. as you educate yourself about solar on this journey. Now, why do you want to hear this information? What's in it for you? Truly, it blows my mind that more people don't actually know what's available to them with solar energy today. We wake up every day and we don't even think about how our lights turn on or how the coffee gets made, and we just pay that utility bill month after month after month without questioning it. But what most people don't realize is that they are overpaying for energy. Now, we all know that we don't really like our utility companies that much. We kind of know that they don't have our interests always in mind. But really, until you educate yourself about solar and how much it actually costs to produce that energy and become your own utility and become energy independent, you really don't realize the tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars that you're leaving on the table. And that's why solar is one of the fastest growing segments of the American economy, why almost 1 million people a year are now going solar, and it's projected that within the next decade, tens of millions of people are going to go solar. So we're so excited for you to have this information. We're so excited to guide you through this series, and I can't wait to come back with some more education for you shortly. So we'll see you in the next video. All right, let's talk why solar. So I'm just going to hit you with the big benefits, and then I'm going to give a little context. So number one, you can go solar for $0 down. It costs you absolutely no money out of pocket. Most people don't know that. Number two, you can save anywhere from 10 to 50% a month off your current electricity bill. That's huge savings. I mean, what could you do with that money, especially over a year, over 10 years? It becomes a lot of money. Number three, you increase the value of your home immediately because you now have an asset, an electricity producing asset that is part of your home. Number four, you become energy independent. You're not relying on some, power plant that may be hundreds of miles away from your house, generating that power, sending it through these transmission lines to turn on your light bulbs. You're generating power from your own rooftop, which is a huge deal. And number five, it's 100% clean, green energy. Say goodbye to the pollution in our air, the pollution in our water, the pollution in our oceans, in our world, and in our bodies. And once you go solar, that energy is coming from pure sunshine, which should make you really proud and is the right thing to do for future generations and for our children and for ourselves right now. So this is really a fantastic time to be looking at solar. We're getting ready to head into what they call the roaring 20s of solar, the decade where we're really going to see mainstream adoption. So I can't wait to come back in the next video and share with you why power. So we know that there's lots of options when it comes to residential solar contractors, but I'll tell you right now, there is no other company like Power. And the reason why is, I'll just share some of our accolades and the things we've achieved, and then I'll share with you something from my heart. But again, we're one of the fastest growing companies in America. We were just ranked top 1,000 in 2019. We're one of the largest residential solar providers. We've installed thousands and thousands and thousands of systems. We're a public benefit corporation, which means that we were incorporated with a mission to actually do good in our world and help accelerate sustainable energy and do the right thing for our environment. And we've got hundreds and hundreds of 5-star reviews across social media and all the other platforms. And so, we know what we're doing. We know that we love our customers, we love people, and we do a great job. But I'll tell you from my heart that I founded this company because I truly wanted to make a difference. I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. And I knew that sustainable energy was going to be a key part to our future. And I knew that it was time for Americans to take their power back. For too darn long, the utilities and the big interests have actually controlled the wealth of energy. And what people don't realize is that when you take that power back and you go solar and you put it on your roof, you're now controlling your own wealth and energy. Instead of paying somebody else every month, you own an asset, and it's kind of like you're paying yourself. And that's a really big deal. And I think that the people should have the power back. And that's why we started this company. And that's why you should go solar with Power. And we can't wait to servicing you. Now that you know why you want to go solar with Power, let's talk about the reason why you want to do it right now. Because there's some incentives expiring soon, and I wouldn't want you to miss them. So let's talk about why right now when it comes to solar energy. So first off, you need to know about the investment tax credit. Now, this is a federal subsidy so that anyone who goes solar currently earns 26% of the entire value of that solar system back in the form of a tax credit. So what's that mean? It means that when you go to pay taxes this year, you're going to get 26% of your solar system sent back to you, either as a check or you're just not even going to send that money to the government. So this is a lot of money. So there is huge action and reason to go solar right now, as literally this equates to, on average, about $6,000 to $7,000 per system that's going to come back to you. So that's a big reason. Number two, and this is what most people don't think about, if you're overpaying for energy right now, okay, so let's just assume that your utility is charging you more for the energy than it would cost you to make it from your own rooftop. That's probably what's happening. If you're overpaying, every single month that you overpay, you're losing money. Now, I want you to take that in and just think for a moment. What could you do if you started saving that money you were losing every month by paying your utility company and putting it in a piggy bank? After a year, could you take your family on a vacation? Could you pay off a credit card debt? Could you start to save up for your next home improvement project that you're doing? This is a substantial amount of money. In fact, on average, we find that our clients save over $35,000 over the warranted life of a system. So what could you do with that extra $35,000? Well, every single month that you continue to pay your utility, you're not, in essence, saving that money towards all the other things that you could be doing with it. And that's the reason why you really want to go solar now. So I encourage you to get a quote from us. Send us your utility bill, connect with one of our consultants, let us put together a custom proposal so we can show you how much money you can save and the value of solar for your home and your family. Let's talk about net metering. Now, a lot of people have a question, what is net metering? Well, in effect, net metering is the policy that really enables your solar to work. And what it means is that there's essentially a policy across the United States, minus a handful of states, that says for every kilowatt hour that you put into the grid, you will receive a credit for that kilowatt hour. So if your solar system produces 10 kilowatt hours of energy and it puts those 10 kilowatt hours into the grid, that's 10 kilowatt hours into the grid that you get back. That's what net metering is, and it's a really effective policy that is in place across most of the United States. Now, this is really important because your solar system produces energy during the daytime, but you use energy as well during the nighttime. So how it works is during the daytime, you put a lot of energy into the grid, and it actually rewinds your meter. So you're banking all those credits, and then at night, you pull that energy off the grid and you use all the credits that you accumulated for the day. So that's net metering. It's an amazing policy. It's a policy that we all, as consumers and advocates for clean energy, have to continue to fight for because it's a really fantastic policy that's enabled so much solar and, in effect, gives you the ability to use the grid as your own battery. So it's really cool that you've got the grid as a battery thanks to net metering. So how does Power give back? Honestly, that's the entire purpose of our company. So when I was 26 years old, I went to the Amazon rainforest because I wanted to change my life, quite honestly. I wanted to find a career that had meaning and purpose and really do something different. And I went down there on this journey and I had this eye-opening experience and decided I actually wanted to come back and dedicate my life to solar energy and sustainable energy. So from the beginning, Power has always been about how do we solve the biggest challenges facing our planet, and how do we help people create a rewarding, abundant, meaningful income and livelihood through participating. And the reason why that's at the heart of our company is because that's what I needed. That's what I was searching for.
Have fun, my friends. We'll see ya.
I get a call from Jim Bunch, and he says, hey, I'm going to the Amazon rainforest with the Pachamama Alliance. I think you should come down here with us. And I'm just like, sure, I'll just up and go to the Amazon rainforest next week. Not many people are gonna say yes to that invitation, but I felt that I had to be there. I knew I was at a turning point in my life. I was looking for something more.
We are trudging through the rainforest right now. We have two guides, Ashwar guides, who are completely native. Their culture has been living in this forest for thousands of years. They just made contact with the outside world only to really form an alliance to protect this rainforest from oil companies and mining companies and companies that literally will come in and just turn all of this into a desert. There they are. Almost out there.
But it was during one of the ceremonies, during one of the initiations, that I had the vision for Power.
The journey continues, my friends. It continues on to the next ceremony.
We have a ceremony, and the very first vision, in the middle of the Amazon, there's drumming and singing and chanting and all this going on, and I hear this voice say, you are meant to go back and start the first crowdsourcing platform for solar energy. It was clear as day, and that's when I knew. I knew what my life purpose was. From that point forward, I knew what I had to do. It was a vision that literally came from that forest.
Being in the rainforest, there are many lessons that Jonathan and I got down there that we brought back to the company. And I remember for myself, one of the things that was crystal clear was how connected everything is. And what we do makes a huge impact. When you hire and you recruit and you train and deploy people based on what they value most, you create a synergy that's incredible. When you align those values with a clear mission and a clear vision, you create synergy.
The vision of Power is to accelerate the adoption of sustainable energy worldwide. Our mission, and I want you to take this in, because when you join us, this is going to become your mission too, and I want it to be real for you, and I want you to be excited about it. Our mission is to build the largest clean energy platform on planet Earth. And the way that we're going to do that is through decentralization. It's not about having one giant utility or one giant company anymore. It's really about creating platforms that empower the crowd to participate in everything. And the way that we're going to install millions of solar panels on homes every year as one community, as one company, as one platform, is through a crowdsourced model. If we build a platform that allows the crowd to do it, that allows the entire ecosystem of solar to participate, then we can reach the kind of scale that at Power we dream about, that we're focused on, and that we are going to achieve. And this is your invitation to join us. When we started Power, we were looking at all of the ways that we could really help solve the challenges inside of solar. And it became super clear to us really quickly that the challenge that needs to be solved in solar energy today is customer acquisition. We've got the technologies. We have all the tools. We have the workforce. We could be installing as much solar energy as you can imagine right now. What's missing is the customer adoption. It's the societal adoption. And that's why we built the first model in the world to pay the people who solve the biggest challenge in solar the most. And that's you.
Your decision to be part of the future of solar and renewable energy really comes down to a choice of two pathways: an outdated get a job, work for a company model where you go to work for a solar company. Maybe you might even receive some leads that are often sold to multiple companies. The commissions are often equivalent to solar minimum wage. There is little chance for personal or professional growth, and there are often geographical boundaries. There's nothing scalable about the technology and nothing to secure your personal or economic future. It's a job, plain and simple. That simply doesn't work or make sense in today's world, not in the new and thriving platform economy of today.
We live in the age of platforms. Uber did not become the largest ride-sharing company on earth because they went out and they bought, millions of taxis and hired millions of drivers. They created a platform that allowed anyone to share a ride with anyone else through their app, and they crowdsourced it. Real estate, the old way was you walk into Prudential, there's an agent there paying $500 a month for their desk or whatever it is, and that's how real estate was done, right? The new way is EXP. It's a totally virtual brokerage platform that allows any real estate agent to sign up and offer real estate anywhere in the world that EXP operates in with the biggest commissions, and they became the fastest growing real estate company in the world. Let's look at the old way of doing solar and the new way of doing solar with the Power model. The old way was you went to work for a solar company. So you basically had a job or you worked for a dealer somewhere and you earn money in one way and one way only when you sell. And fundamentally, you are a local or regional construction company of some kind. That's the old way. Now let's look at the Power way. We have a cloud-based virtual platform that allows you to work from anywhere and sell solar to anywhere as long as you have access to your iPhone, right? You get 4 different methods for earning. You have the biggest commissions in the industry instead of the littlest because the majority of revenue gets shared with you through this platform-based model. You have 3 other ways to earn: passive, mentorship, and equity. You have a scalable technology platform so everything's under one roof, and we're decentralizing and crowdsourcing the fulfillment and the customer acquisition so we don't have the barriers to scale that the predecessors had in the past.
If you're looking at solar, you may not be aware of how incredible this opportunity is. There are 130 million homes that are plugged into what we know as the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes are eligible for solar, and at this point, a little over 3.5 million have actually made the transition to solar. So you're looking at a virtually untapped industry as we know it today. So let's talk about what's happening in the industry itself. What's driving it is the homeowner can go solar with absolutely nothing out of pocket, 0 out of pocket. They increase the value of their home by 4 to 6%. And they are going to lock in the cost of their energy, so they never have to worry about the rising cost of energy again from the energy that we're producing from their panels. There has never been a product or service in my career that I could say does that much good, creates so much impact, and makes you great income at the same time. And how we make income is by having access to something called cost of goods. Cost of goods is a new term to many of us, and the best way to compare it is it's wholesale versus retail. You get access to the wholesale cost, you sell it at retail, and then you rev share with Power. So in this particular example, the wholesale cost was $17,500. It was sold for $35,000. And there were some adders such as financing and electrical work that was done. But the net revenue was $10,500. Now, in a traditional solar company, a consultant would get 20 to 30% of that number, somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 commission. Great commission for what you do. Power looked at this and said, now, we're going to change the industry. We're going to turn it upside down. We are going to reinvent it. And that's what Power has done.
My team provides all the support you need to present your solar proposals and get your documents signed easier than any other solution in the industry. The Power solution makes it so simple to get a proposal. Within minutes of entering a lead into our system, you have a dynamic proposal back, all under one platform. The proposal allows you to control how many panels go on your customer's home, change equipment, control their energy offset, adjust your commission, margin, any adders required for the job. Plus, you get to qualify all of your customers for financing and issue them final loan docs to sign within minutes. You have a dedicated sales support team to assist you in signing every customer, and once your customers are signed, you have a dedicated project manager to assist you and your customer along every step of the way, all the way to installation. I've worked at so many of the biggest solar companies in the industry for the past decade, and I swear I've never seen a platform like Powur where it's easy to sell, you get paid as much as you do, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
This is your chance to join the most disruptive platform that has entered into the solar industry in over a decade and really participate and reap the rewards. Join us. This is the time.
Energy. So the very origins of our company was rooted in how do we make a difference? How do we create impact? But since then, we've really expanded it. So Powur incorporated as a public benefit corporation, which this means we have a legal initiative in our corporate bylaws to actually do good for the environment and for society. So that's important to us. And how we back that up is we created an employee team company-wide carbon offset program. So we spent a lot of money. In fact, you can visit our carbon offset page, which is in this email, or wherever you're watching this video, and you can look at all of the projects that we fund and all the things that we do to offset the emissions that our team creates. But we took it one step further, and we became the first solar company in history to also offset the emissions from all the manufacturing of solar equipment. So look, solar is an amazing thing. It's going to produce clean energy for 30, 40 years, these panels. But the industrial process is kind of messy. And a lot of dirty energy is used to make all of this equipment. So we decided to put up the money out of our own profits, basically, to eliminate all that. And how we accomplish that is we plant new forests all over the world. We do carbon capture projects in Colorado and Brazil. We purchase cook stoves in Uganda. Instead of people using kerosene, all these old dirty fuels, we give them new types of technology. So you can go to our ledger and see all of our carbon offset initiatives. But every single month we spend thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars supporting these projects and initiatives all over the world to get the carbon back out of our atmosphere and into the soil where it belongs for a healthy planet. And that's not just it. We actually do more than that, and we decided to essentially crowdfund our business so that our business could also be owned by the people. So we're owned by almost 1,000 of our members and consultants and team, so that this is really a company owned by the people. It's for the people, and really with a purpose to make a difference. And I hope that that inspires you, and I hope it makes you proud to be a part of our organization. And it makes you feel proud of your own decision to go solar and be a part of this journey with us and the difference that you are making, because every single one of you is making a huge, huge difference when you go solar. It's about the equivalent of 3,000 to 4,000 pounds of carbon emissions every month. Just imagine a BMW floating into the sky every month of pollution. And that's what you're eliminating when you go solar. So you're making a huge difference. I'm so glad you're here, and I look forward to doing more great things with you in the future.
Awesome. And thank you so much, Jonathan, for that information. And we are excited to be able to provide all of our customers with TruPowur additional energy benefits that are going to create not only energy independence for our customers, but for the agent and broker is going to be able to provide 10 times the amount of income that you would have normally been able to earn when dealing with residential customers. So we are really excited about the future. We are going to be launching the Power Solar program October 1st, and we will be following up with some additional training on that as well. So we are really excited about the opportunities that are going to be available for you and your customers. And so until next week, have fun storming the castle. Bye now.